okay? The whole book of Revelation, and we are code crackers. I want to tell you a secret. The book of Revelation without Jesus in it is nothing.
Scripture, for Miller, revealed something far more powerful than the personal God of the monotheistic religions. Miller found God incarnate. And he believed the Bible was true because it testified to the Word made flesh. But this isn't the part of the story that I found really interesting as I was growing up. What was interesting to me was William Miller's rationalism and the methodical way that he went about studying the Scriptures. The story, as I heard it, and this is the way Miller himself told it, was that he was so compelled by the rationality of Scripture and its reliability as a source of information that he decided to start reading the Bible through with Genesis 1 verse 1 and would not move forward with the next verse until he understood the one he was reading. Wow. This is really exciting to me as a young budding nerd. So for the devout Seventh-day Adventist little girl in West Virginia who was afflicted with mostly untreated myopia and spent a great deal of time sitting in corners reading books, the example of someone who found new truth by reading the Bible carefully in order to solve its puzzles was a challenge that could not go unmet. By my teen years, I had read the Bible through several times and figured I pretty much understood everything. And since I was intellectually greedy enough to want to stake out some prophetic territory of my own, I decided to start with a prophetic book that, in my opinion, had been ignored a lot. So I decided to focus on Ezekiel. Someone with more visual imagination than I am could still make a pretty good theological career potentially out of the book of Ezekiel. Maybe William Miller figured it out. Lisa Clark never did.
But Butler and Smith were not ignorant or evil. I think they were just distracted by important things, like, for example, the Sunday laws. In 1888, the end of days was here. And I don't mean some silly email about the Mayan end of the year calendar thing, or about Obama, the name spelling 666. If you add 144 and divide it by 12, and then you delete the word Obama and replace it with 666. This was real. In 1888, Adventists were serving time in chain gangs for breaking the Sunday laws.
And a Christ mission never comes with convenience for any one of us, because it always cancels our plans and gives us a schedule that isn't always clear. That's why we walk by faith and not by charts.
James White remembered Miller as having rebuked people for squabbling over exactly where they'd gone wrong with the prophecies. Miller said that it would be a shame for Jesus to come back, as he undoubtedly would, and soon, and find them engaged in such petty arguing.
And the great book for us as a church, unfortunately, is not the book of Revelation, and it's not the book of Daniel, because we're already good with Revelation and Daniel. The great book for us as a church is the book of Ephesians. Ephesians is the great book.